I thought I'd just give you a few basic tips this morning. Sometimes with the Airwrap it can all be a little bit confusing to start with when you get it. You don't know what products to use. Often the pre-use of your Airwrap will be key. We all get the Dyson, and even myself 2 years ago when I got it I thought, oh my god, what do I do? Do I use the round brush? Do I use the barrels? What products do I use? It was all a little bit daunting, and it took me, I would say, a good couple of months until I really found my way with it. I always used a Babyliss round brush daily on my hair, and sometimes a big round brush and a hairdryer. So when I got that, it was like, do I just do the same thing? Have I just bought a really expensive round brush? You know, it was all a bit confusing, and then you kind of find your way with it. You find your way that works best with you. So don't be overwhelmed by it when you first get it. Think, oh my god, I've wasted £460. You know, you will find your way with it. Just some simple tips. Overnight curls, sleep on a silk pillowcase, it massively helps. Chloe that set the page up, she's got a website, Exclusive Wrap Essentials. She sells some beautiful silk pillowcases. They honestly, until you've used one, you don't realise the benefits. I tend to go to bed, push my hair all up off my neck. I'm menopausal anyway, so it keeps me really lovely and cool. Even my husband uses one and he absolutely loves it. But that's just a simple tip that until you hear about them, that you don't realise will help with your curls. I wash mine every day anyway, but to be honest, when I get up in the morning, my hair still looks really good, and that's because it doesn't get all crushed and tangled because of the silk pillowcase. Things like the hair wraps. This is from the botanical range, the Dock and Bay one. If your hair holds the moisture, those are amazing. When you've come out of the shower, wrap your hair in one of those, and by the time you go to dry it, 2/3 of the moisture will already be out of your hair. That's a big tip. So if your hair's too wet, it'll take you way too long to style. If it's too wet, it won't grab the barrels. Literally every time you pick it up to put the barrel to it, it will just flop away. So if your hair's too wet, you can equally go the other way. So that's another little tip. Also, after I've washed, what I tend to do is I wash my hair. Like this morning, I've used my Colour Wow Dream Filter. Anybody, any colour hair, it doesn't matter if your hair's coloured or not, brown or blonde, this is absolutely amazing. It lifts all the build-up of rubbish off your hair. It gets rid of all the build-up of minerals from our hard water. So you spray that all over on dry hair and you leave it for 2 minutes before you wash it. I've also used my Osmos silver shampoo this morning because my hair can have a tendency to get a little bit brassy. Then I sprayed it with the Dream Filter, washed it, then a second wash with the silver shampoo, then I towel dry it, then I put my conditioner through, then I use my Manta hairbrush. Manta developed this brush especially for people. His wife actually had cancer, and then when her hair was going back after her chemotherapy, her scalp and her hair was so fragile, she wanted something that would not pull her hair out and that was gentle. So have a look at the Manta brush, it's lovely. It's in the shower at the moment so I can't grab it, but it's really lovely. So I towel dry my hair, put my conditioner through, then I comb it through with the Manta brush, and then I leave it on while I wash my body, then I rinse it out. You can also use the Manta brush on dry hair at nights before you go to bed. You'll find your hair loss will be massively decreased. So take a look at that. Then after I take my hair wrap off, I put my products in. So this morning I've got Colour Wow Coconut Cocktail, that will help prevent against breakage. Then I've got my Magic Dream Coat, which you all know I absolutely love. I use the one for curly hair and for normal hair. This one at the moment is the Supernatural one. If I was going to leave my hair to dry curly all over, I probably just would put the one for curly hair on, because that doesn't need heat activating. That literally is the only difference. It doesn't mean you're buying the one for curly hair because you want your curls to hold tighter. It's more the fact if you've got natural curls and you want to leave them, it doesn't need heat activating. The Dream Coat needs to be used properly to get the benefit. So you literally plaster your hair all over. Some people say, oh, it did nothing for me, and they've probably put 3 to 5 sprays. You need to plaster your hair in it. I use it every time I wash it, but I don't go all the way through it. So I always bank on one time I use it, it will catch a piece that it didn't catch on the wash before. You only need to use it every 2nd to 3rd wash because it has a memory in it. It's got silicons in it, but they're all water soluble. All of the colour wear products, don't worry if you're on a silicone transition with 3 more inches or anything, they're all water soluble. So I've done that, and then I've put my Thicker Quicker root spray in. This is my favourite root spray at the moment, and I literally just pop that in at the roots. I'm finding the less product I use on my hair mousse wise, the better the curls hold. So all good tips. I'm trying to think of anything else. Oh yeah, when you've put all your products in, comb your hair through. I tend to use a white tooth comb like this. Comb it all through so that it's really smooth before you start with the barrel. And then if it's dried out too much, but by the time you come to blow dry it, again, I haven't got my hair mist here, but I've got a water bottle which is a mist, so it doesn't jet spray, it just mists over the hair. Again, that's from Chloe's website, the Exclusive Wrap Essentials. Just spray that all over, and that will just damp your hair down enough to start again, because you don't want it too dry that it's already started to go into its natural wave. If you've got a strong forehead, again, these are really simple tips. As a hairdresser, a lot of my clients will say to me, by the time I get to my fringe won't do what I want. Do your fringe first. Always do your fringe first, and then just push it out the way, because that way any kinks or any cow's lick or anything you've got going on with your fringe, if that's done first, by the time you finish the rest, at least your fringe is going to look nice. Always do your fringe first. I tend to, because I like to keep mine quite flat, I tend to sometimes just put a clip in it, just to pop it out the way. But yeah, all just really simple tips, but are basic things that people like me take for granted. So any other questions on that, just give me a shout. At the moment, because we've had quite humid weather, I'm tending to let my hair be a little bit more natural. So I'm going to go through these top sections here just with the round brush, just to smooth it through. I like to really get a nice bit of bounce in that crown and a nice smoothness. So just the round brush through the top. Somebody asked me the other day how I wash it. I just get some shampoo, obviously take it off the end of the Airwrap, bit of shampoo, soapy water, and then just make sure it's fully dry before you pop it back on. Another tip with this, don't put too much hair on so that it catches in the end here. Keep your hair just on that section there, and keep your sections nice and small. The difference with the round brush is it doesn't grab the barrels, it doesn't grab this like it does the barrels. You have to do the work for it. So don't hold the brush there thinking it will grab the hair, because it won't. You've got to work your roots first and through to the ends, and then make sure it's fully dry. But really keep your sections nice and small. Don't put too much on, because you will get tangled. So it's all about control. And then I'm just going to pop my long 30mm barrels just through the rest, but keeping it quite simple. But another key, when you're doing your barrel curl, try and keep the hair really smooth, and then wrap the ends first to about there, especially when you've got long hair. Let that dry, then re-wrap, then wrap to the roots. That will really help. If you imagine, if you pop it all, especially if you've got very long hair, pop it all on the barrel and wrap to the roots, your ends will dry first because they're closer to the barrel, but then your roots might stay a bit damp. So if you wrap the ends first, then it will concentrate more on the rest up here, and your curl will hold tighter, and it'll really make sure if you keep re-wrapping it, you'll really get the air through it. I'll show you a little tip while I'm drying it as well, just to get a bit more bounce at the root. I'll just show you that. So if you pop your barrel in at the root like that, hold it there and pull away from it, you will get so much lift at your root. When you let go of it, that will stay bouncy. So another tip for getting bounce at the root. So I won't chat to you while I'm drying it, I'll just get on and do it. Like I said, I'm probably not going to concentrate too much on the roots underneath, but I'll just kick the ends under. So this works well for anybody with natural curls. just let those sort of, the underneath will give you the bounce that you need then. But I find I don't like it when these ends look straggly, so I usually just pop those under. Okay, so only ever use high speed, medium heat. I find I don't need the hottest heat, and I find it gets too hot and then my Airwrap will overheat. Finally, at the end, I will just do a quick filter clean, although I did it only a few days ago, just to show you. Anybody who's not familiar with the filter clean, that's your little brush that comes in your kit that a lot of people throw away, but I'll show you that at the end. Hopefully I'll remember. Okay, so there's my finished blow dry. I haven't put any hairspray or anything on it yet or shaken it up, so that's literally just the round brush through the top and the long 30mm bows. I'll just leave those curls to set a little bit, and then sometimes I just need, this is my really stubborn piece here, you can see, so I might just go through that with the 20mm. So if you've got any really stubborn areas, just use a smaller barrel just to set that bit, but I'll put some of my Paul Mitchell Freeze and Shine on it. But as promised, quick filter clean, shouldn't really need much, but you will still see some dust coming out. So that's your ring, that literally just sits on there like that. Try not to wait until your white light flashes. If you do, you've left it too long, or if your Airwrap is overheating, you've left it much too long. So literally hold that over there, no pressure needed. You can see it just sits. You'll see the dust particles coming out, even though I only did that a few days ago. Especially when you're wearing woolly jumpers, or if you're in an area with lots of dust, you'd be amazed how much it collects. Still some quite big lumps coming out. This is absolutely essential. If you don't do that, your Airwrap just won't work properly. That just pops off, just pulls down like that. You can take that off and you can wash that. I won't do that today, but you can actually unclip that, rinse it out. I tend to do that about once every couple of weeks or once a month, depends how often you use it. You can see all of those little pieces there are dust. So that should be totally clean. Go right up to the neck, so you make sure you keep all that really clean. Again, no pressure needed. There you go, like that. You can see it's all nice and clean. And then just lost my filter. Just pop your filter back on the end like that, and that's it. And that just keeps your Airwrap really healthy. Okay, so there's my finished blow dry. I've literally just gone and shaken my head upside down, popped a little bit of Paul Mitchell Freeze and Shine through the ends, broken up the curls because I can't bear to see sausages, and it just gives a really natural look with a nice soft wave, but without looking too done and too like you've just taken your rollers out, because nobody wants that look. If you're struggling to get your curls to hold, a good hairspray is good. That's why I love this one, because it's water soluble. So it washes out really easy, don't get any build up. But also if you're struggling, try the 20mm barrels, because honestly they're a big game changer for a lot of people, especially if your hair's very fine and very straight. They really help to hold the curl. They're a little bit tight when you first do them, but they'll settle into a lovely wave.